This reception desk represents one of the most common environments in business Japanese. Whether you are staffing an office lobby, a hotel, or a retail store, customer service interactions form the baseline of workplace communication, and they are heavily tested on the BJT exam. This roadmap outlines our progression for today. We will build your vocabulary in 3 steps, starting with the basic nouns, moving into the mechanics of transactions and problem solving, and finally breaking down complex polite expressions known as keigo. As we cover these 30 essential words, each term will be presented in 3 components: the native Japanese characters, the Romaji pronunciation, and the English meaning. Locking in this vocabulary structure provides a distinct advantage. Instead of guessing at context during the listening section, you will be able to track exactly what stage of the customer journey you are hearing. Here are our first flashcards, establishing the core actors in a service environment. We have okyaku-sama for customer, sekkyaku for customer service, and tenin for store employee. Next are actions. Write-in is a customer visit, and annai is providing guidance upon arrival. Identifying these human-centric nouns early in a BJT audio prompt anchors the conversation. They immediately tell you who is speaking, who they are speaking to, and the power dynamic between them. This flowchart maps the life cycle of a purchase. It starts with chumon for an order, or go chumon when referring respectfully to a customer's order. Next is shohin, the product itself. Then zaiko for the available stock or inventory, leading to hanbai, the actual sales. Once the sale is made, we move to kaikei, the payment or bill. You will hear options like genkin for cash or credito cardo for credit card. The transaction closes with the ryoshuso, the receipt, and otsuri, the change returned to the customer. If the interaction requires further administration, you will hear service terms at the uketsuke, or reception desk. This includes making a yoyaku, or reservation, executing a kakunin for confirmation, providing a setsume, or explanation, and offering taio, assistance or handling of an issue. By learning these words chronologically, you can accurately map the mental dialogue of a BJT retail scenario. If you hear kaikei, you know the ordering phase is already finished. This infographic outlines the vocabulary of friction. When things go wrong, you will encounter a kujo, a complaint, or a mondai, a problem. Often, the customer will ask for a kokan, an exchange of the product. Here is a specific distinction frequently tested on the exam. Henpin refers strictly to the return of the physical item. Henkin, however, refers specifically to the refund of the money. Resolving these problems requires keigo, which can sound overwhelming due to length. But looking at this progressive text reveal, we can isolate the core meaning. In omatase itashimashita, matase means wait, creating thank you for waiting. In moshiwake gozaimasen, the phrase serves as a formal I sincerely apologize. Let's put this into practice. A customer asks, do you have this shohin? The employee checks the system and responds, moshiwake gozaimasen, zaiko ga gozaimasen. They apologize, stating there is no stock. Now, a quick recall test. You have 5 seconds to identify the English meaning of this word, ryoshusho. If you selected receipt, you are correct. Navigating high-friction questions on the exam requires you to listen closely to these apologies and identify exactly which resolution, an exchange, a return, or a refund is being offered. This equation demonstrates the BJT's core listening strategy. Recognizing zaiko is step 1. Adding a negative verb form reveals the final outcome, an unfulfilled customer need. Always evaluate 5 variables: customer needs, employee response, polite language used, workplace context, and final outcome. Here is your complete vocabulary sheet for today's lesson, organized by stage of service. Take a screenshot now to review these 30 essential words later. Practicing this vocabulary daily will make the listening and reading sections of the BJT exam easier. Great work today, and we will see you in the next lesson, where we tackle advanced business keigo. Otsukare-sama deshita.